Good evening and welcome to Big Future Live. Tonight is exciting because we are talking all about money. Two students in the Big Future Winner Circle are answering your questions about how they won $40,000 from Big Future and how you can as well. Hey everyone, my name is Greg. I use he, him pronouns, and I work here on the Big Future team. Huge thanks to all of you joining from home tonight. We know you all have a lot going on and you could have been anywhere, but we're glad you decided to share this space with us. For those of you who are new here, Big Future Live is a series of virtual community events designed to answer your questions about planning for life after high school. We connect you with college representatives, career experts, and sometimes even your peers to help you plan your future your way. And tonight, let me tell you, is going to fly by because we know that you've got things to do, and we're going to try to answer as many of your questions as we can in just the next 30 minutes. Before we get into it, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Big Future Scholarships because that's why you're here. You want to know how to win $40,000. But first, I want to see what you already know about Big Future Scholarships. You're going to see a quick poll pop up on your screen. Please tell us, how many scholarships do you think are awarded each month? How many do you think? While you're answering that quick poll, let's talk about how tonight is going to work. On your screen, there's an Ask a Question box on the bottom of your screen where you can type in your questions. We have two awesome students, Alicia and Brittany, who are going to answer your questions live on camera about how they won $40,000 from Big Future and how you can too. And for those of you at home who have questions about financial aid, other scholarships, paying for school, we have a team of financial aid experts on the back end who are fielding your questions and typing back responses. So again, there are two ways you can get your questions answered. On camera via type response from our students, or via type response from on camera from our students, or via type response from our financial aid experts. Getting tongue-tied here. Viewers like you told us that you wanted more questions answered, so that's what we're trying to do tonight. A couple more things for you. In a feedback survey, students like you told us that you wanted to engage with us more on social media. So Alicia and Brittany are going to kick off tonight with questions that students like you submitted on our Instagram this week. You told us you wanted more engagement on social media, and we heard you loud and clear. Also, if you miss anything tonight or have to walk away from your computer or from your phone for a moment, don't worry, the recording is going to be available later on demand at bigfuture.org/live. All right, now let's take a look at that poll and see how many of you know how many Big Future scholarships are awarded each month. And most of you got it right. The answer is two $40,000 Big Future scholarships are awarded, and hundreds of $500 scholarships are awarded each month. Just want to show a couple slides here. So Big Future, again, we award two $40,000 scholarships each month and hundreds of $500 scholarships each month to students who use bigfuture.org. So when students complete steps on their personalized Big Future dashboard, like starting a college list, starting a career list, starting a scholarship list, they can earn entries for our scholarship drawing. And the great thing is the more steps that students like you complete, the more opportunity you have to win. So sophomores, juniors, and seniors, you can earn chances at scholarships just by taking steps on your personalized Big Future dashboard. The best part, to qualify, you don't have to write an essay. You don't have to complete an application. There's no minimum GPA or test score requirement. These scholarships are unique because they're really rewarding the work that you're putting in to plan for life after high school. Let's take a look at your planning dashboard at bigfuture.org. And I'm just going to share my screen here. Give me one moment so that we can see exactly what we're talking about here. All right, so here's what your personalized dashboard looks like. The headline here is "Let the dashboard do the work for you." Here you can see how many entries you've earned and what steps you can take to qualify. In this section here, the Do Now section, it's going to show you the tasks that you can do now and whether they'll qualify you for an entry. So here in my test account, one thing I can do now is start my career list of 3 or more careers. And you see I've done that, and so I've earned an entry to Big Future Scholarships. If I scroll down, I can see the due later section, which shows me what's coming up. So you can see that fall of my senior year, if I apply to colleges, I can earn an entry. If I complete the FAFSA in winter of my senior year, I can earn another entry. And then finally, if I look down here at the done section, it shows me what steps I've already completed and what entries I've earned. So you can see here, I built my college list already, so that means I earned an entry for Big Future Scholarships. The bottom line here is that the more steps that you take on this dashboard, the more opportunity you have to qualify for Big Future Scholarships. Hopefully that was helpful to give you just a little rundown, but that's enough for me. Let's dive into some questions and meet our guests for today, Brittany and Alicia. We're gonna welcome Brittany and Alicia to our virtual stage, and I'm gonna ask Brittany to start by introducing herself.
Hi guys, my name is Brittany Perez. I am a first year at Northwest University, but I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I'm right now studying sociology, business, and education. And like Greg said, I'm a Big Future Scholarship winner. What qualified me to win the 40K was building my college list. And I was extremely surprised with the scholarship through a school-wide assembly. That day, I was already nervous because I was doing a school fundraiser. I was going to supposedly give a speech at the assembly that had nothing to do with the scholarship. And I was like getting filmed for what was going to be a scholarship video with the school that I didn't even know I was being filmed for. So all of that in a day. And I also got sick with the flu that day. So it was a crazy day. And it wasn't until I was brought up to talk about the scholarship and I saw my parents there, it was when I realized that I was getting a scholarship. I still was very confused, but it was very overwhelming, but very great experience at the same time.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Alicia Brown. I am originally from Columbus, Georgia. I attend Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio. My major is psychology. And when I won the scholarship, I was just as shocked. Like, I had built up from that day. The whole week they were telling us, like, okay, we have an assembly. Now we have a pet rally. Like, the whole school had no clue what we were about to do. And I'm sitting there and I'm focused on the fact that we have to perform a cheer in front of the whole school. Plot twist, I also just won a scholarship in front of the whole school. And I think what really got me was when she asked, she said, does anybody know about the website? Can you tell us about it? And then she was like, well, can we get Alicia to tell us? And that shocked me because I just assumed I didn't know anything about it. The whole time I knew a lot about it. So that surprised me.
I guess we can start off with a couple of questions.
Right.
Alicia, so on social media, we got some questions that ask at nikobi.e, how do I know what's real and what's fake? At letitia.b.wallace, what scholarships are good? At redwriting75, verified websites. At Olahide_006 asked about websites or resources for scholarships. So I was wondering if you could you could answer the questions about what are some reliable scholarships and how people can tell.
All right. So the easiest way to tell if a scholarship is reliable, first off, you have to do your research on the name of the scholarship. Most scholarships that are legit, they have a title and you can do research and tell like what demographics you have to be, what requirements. Anything that's legit, it will have plenty of sources that give you information about it. Let me make sure I'm telling you right. All scholarships are good in my opinion. If they give you money just from whatever you do, or if you have to do something, if your essay is good, whatever they give you money for, all scholarships are good no matter the price. Big Future all their scholarships are legit. They have the National Scholars Provided Association that pretty much vetted all of their scholarships that are on the website. Whatever one comes on there, it's legit. So you can start there if you want. Now, I have some questions for you, Brittany. Are you ready? All right. On social media, we had Nicholas1207 asks, how do I start researching? And they are a first generation high school sophomore. And we have Siri XS World. How do you find scholarships for juniors? And they pretty much just want to know, like, where do they start and how do they find those scholarships?
So I'm also a first generation student. So I didn't have anyone really telling me, in my family, I guess, telling me what I can do. But fortunately, I did have like strong academic advisors back in high school that would help me through the process. Basically, the same advice that I'm giving y'all today is advice that they gave me, is to just search on the internet, like scholarships for, and then enter like factors. I think a great website that Big Future has on bigfuture.org, they have like you can search what type of scholarships and you can filter out high school, your GPA, your location, and what type of scholarships you're looking for. So I think where you could start is there through bigfuture.org.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ask you some questions. How do you register for the scholarship?
All right, so honestly, the scholarship registers you. So you go on Common App or Big Futures and you fill out, like you add all the colleges to your list that you want on there. And once you get up to 6, you're automatically registered for the scholarship. So as long as you add, I think it's up to 20 schools onto your list, they qualify you automatically. And like Greg said earlier, you have a chance to win every single month. There's 2 winners for the $40,000 that we won. All right, coming up, we have how many are competing for the scholarship? All right, so how many students are competing for this scholarship that's every month?
Yeah, so 10th, 11th, and 12th graders are eligible to qualify for the scholarships. Personally, I applied towards the beginning of my junior year, and I still was able to get the scholarship. But like I think Greg previously mentioned, was the earlier you apply, the more entries you get. So as long as there's a student who completes the college and career planning steps in high school, you can qualify if you're a sophomore, junior, or senior.
Sorry, and I just want to clarify, we have answered Sophia's question and Kelt's question. All right, the next one is from Christina. Would you have to pay back any portion of the scholarship? Guess what, girlfriend? You don't have to pay anything back. It's all yours. As soon as you get it, it's all you. And they pretty much help you. They stay in contact with you, ask you how you want to distribute it throughout the years. If you want to do maybe $10,000 a year or however you want to do it with your school, it's up to you.
And Simeon, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, asked, are there any common mistakes or misconceptions that students often have when trying to qualify for the $40,000 scholarship? I guess the biggest things for me are that there's no application. All you have to do is complete those steps that are already part of your journey applying for college and for your career. There's no GPA requirement. It's not merit-based. And you don't need any citizenship requirements. And if you could answer this question for me, Alicia, Naoma asked, how many drawings for the scholarship will there be?
All right, so each month there are 2 drawings for the scholarship, the $40,000, and let me make sure I'm telling you correctly. Yeah, so each month the $40,000 scholarship is drawn twice. So it's best to do that early. Like even if you just start on your senior year, if you apply August, by the time December comes, you have the opportunity to apply 3 or 4 times and get your name entered each month. All right, Brittany. Lee has a question. If my child was awarded a $500 scholarship as a sophomore, are they still eligible for a $40K scholarship? Guess what?
Yes, you are. And that's a great thing. When I won the $40,000 scholarship, even though that was a lot of money, I was told that I could still be entered for the $500 monthly raffles. However, you cannot win the $40,000 scholarship twice.
All right.
Okay, so Latasha just asked, will I be automatically added every month if I enter?
As long as you have 6 on your list, you will be. 6 colleges on your list, you will be entered every month.
Yes, I did not have to do anything. I'm sure you didn't have to do either. I completely forgot that I was entered into these scholarships because after you complete the steps, the beginning steps, they take care of it from there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so to basically reiterate what we said, how do students know if they've earned an entry in the drawing? I'm sure you can answer this, Alicia.
All right, so as soon as they complete the 6 qualifying steps on Big Future, students will get that updated on their dashboard. Like there's a dashboard that tells you the next drop for scholarships to come out. It tells you the next month, all of that good stuff. And then like it tells you if you're entered. So as soon as you complete that step, it'll say you're entered. It'll highlight green, I believe. All right, Brittany, how do...
Yeah. Sorry. I just wanted to add that the way that I knew was through emails. Like I was always checking my emails, and you honestly always get, you receive an email telling you that you've been entered into the monthly drawings for the $500 and the $40,000. So that's how I knew that I for sure was qualified.
Okay, so that's good. So even if you don't check your website after you complete all of your stuff, they should notify you in your email. Thank you, Brittany. Now I have a question. Barbara would like to know, how do you keep track of your scholarships? Like pretty much how do you organize all of your scholarships?
That's a great question, actually. Well, like I said, I had amazing academic advisors where they actually made like a track sheet for us. Fortunately, I had someone make it for me, but I know you could do it yourself as well. Just by making a Google Sheet or Excel, we were able to put like the scholarship name, how much you will possibly win, when it's due, if it's merit-based or not. And then I just kept track of whether or not I did them. I think it's a great way to, of course, be organized because you want to make sure you don't miss any deadlines. I know a lot of peers of mine that unfortunately missed deadlines just because they didn't realize that things were coming in. And so I definitely recommend just being organized, keeping track of everything in one sheet. And yeah, I don't know if you have any other advice, Alicia.
I would say like, even if you're like, so I was lazy during this whole process and I really didn't want to get online. So I had no problem, like you said, Brittany, asking my academic advisors in high school, and they pretty much appreciate no matter what age you are, what grade you are when you come in, and you can literally ask, what scholarships am I eligible for? And they'll be really excited to pull it up and give you some information that you need. And like you said, like, seeing that you're interested, not very many are interested off rip, and so they will help you plan it out, help you track it, even if you just need assistance. Now, There's another question from Janelle. I believe that's how you pronounce it. She wants to know, what are the steps on Big Future that students can complete to qualify for a scholarship?
So there are 6 steps on Big Future that qualify students starting in 10th grade for $500 and the $40,000 scholarship drawings every month. You can start a career list, start a college list, start a scholarship list, strengthen your college list, complete the FAFSA, and apply to colleges. Students can enter a maximum of 1 entry per step they complete. So every step that you take not only will help you and you'll benefit from it just because they're resources and aids to your process already, but they will also be an extra entry per step. So you're more likely to get the scholarship. Another question from Chandler. Is there a limit to the number of scholarships to which you can apply? Yeah.
Chandler, there is no limit. You can have as many scholarships as you want. There are people who have up to $1 million in scholarships. Now with Big Future, you can only win the 40,000 once, and then you can win the 500 after that. But like outside of Big Future, as long as you apply, as long as you meet whatever requirements, as long as you keep searching and keep finding, keep getting accepted, you can have as much as you want. All right. Brianna has a question for you, Brittany. Are you ready? Can homeschool students get the scholarships as well?
Of course they can. If you're a student, you qualify. And also, just to bounce back quickly to Chandler's question, there is no limit, and I recommend, applying to as many as you can, because I know so many students that go to college for free, including me, because of all the scholarships that you have stacked on. But yes, back to Brianna's questions. If you're homeschooled, you do qualify. Rebecca also asked, when should we start?
As soon as possible. The sooner the better. You can apply for Big Future scholarships starting as soon as 10th grade. But scholarships, even as small as your city, like you can literally look up what scholarships for any demographics you have, any grade requirement. Like you can look them up and figure out what you need to be, and you can get those at that age. And they'll hold them for you until you get to college. All right. Oh, what can the scholarships be used for? That's what AJ wants to know.
Okay, so I think that's a great question to ask. Coming from me, so Big Future has a team that works directly with students. I know I work with Aya. She contacts me monthly almost to just talk about the scholarship, see how I'm doing as well. But they basically work with the school to make sure that the scholarship is applied in a way that makes sense with my financial situation. For example, the cost of college involves like way more than tuition. It costs like fees, books, and other relevant educational expenses. So I got basically my full tuition covered at the university I go to, and the $40,000 covers like whatever around like $1,000, $2,000 that aren't covered by the school. And on top of that, I do work study, and Big Future covers that as well. The scholarship covers that as well because it is like relevant to education. On top of that, like any books that I need, like, or anything education related can be used. But the way that it works is I receive the check, I guess, and it's like, what's the word? It's like under the name of my university. So I can't cash it, but my university can. And they will refund me whatever money it is. For example, for the books, for a laptop that I need or something, they will refund me the money. Yeah.
Yes. So Taylor wanted to know, can students earn more than one scholarship? And I'll go ahead and let you know you can earn more than one. If it's under Big Future, you have the opportunity to win $140K and then as many $500 scholarships. Taylor, some good advice that we've been stating. apply to as many as possible. It pretty much benefits you. Like I have a full ride as well, and any money that's went over, they just give it back because you earned your scholarship. So.
Awesome. Alicia, Brittany, I can't believe how quickly time has just flown by. You've answered tons of questions about Big Future scholarships. I know we're seeing tons of questions that are being answered about financial aid and paying for school. Our financial aid experts are answering those on the back end as well. But as customary with all of our Big Future Live events, we love to end with some advice. So I have one last question for each of you. What do you want students to know? Like, what's your biggest takeaway? What do you want students to know about Big Future scholarships? Alicia, I'll start with you.
All righty. Students, you should take away the fact that they actually care. Like, it's legit. You guys are wondering if it's real, if it's legit. Like, it's 100%, and they care about your education. It's to the point where they're giving you 40. You have the opportunity to win $40K or $500 monthly. Like, how many people are doing that? Like, they care enough to where they want to see you succeed and go to college and whatever you need to pay for. Like, it's an aid. But even after the aid, like we were saying, they check up on you. They make sure you're okay. They make sure you're getting your payments. Like, just the care is there. So, like, that gives you the confidence to keep applying. Like, even if you're nervous, even if you're like, oh, my God, I won't get it. Like, try Big Future, and I bet you'll figure out that you can get plenty of scholarships. So I would just say, in conclusion, don't be afraid to try and apply.
I love it. Try and apply. That's some good advice. Brittany, what about you? Same question.
Very, very similar to Alicia. Try and apply, but also, like, I'm reiterating again, like, they care. The way you apply to these scholarships are just general steps that you're going to be taking either way, that you should be taking either way to, you know, advance through the college process or through the career searching process. So I think it's just so important to kill two birds, one stone, you know, that saying where you're advancing through your process and at the same time you're gaining entries to win a scholarship that, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of suspicious about, but I am living proof that you can win it. And I was, you know, it can come out of nowhere, and I think you just need to try and apply, like Alicia said.
Try and apply.
Try and apply. Thanks, Brittany and Alicia. And to be clear, Big Future scholarships don't even require an application, right? It's just steps that you're taking on your personalized dashboard to plan for life after high school, whether that's starting your college list with 3 or more schools, starting your career list with 3 or more careers, starting your scholarship list, and then applying for FAFSA, applying for college, so on and so forth. Really, it's our way of helping you and rewarding you for taking steps that you should be doing anyway to prepare for that next step. So Alicia, Brittany, huge thanks for being here and answering questions to our students and caring adults in the audience. And to folks in our audience at home, thanks for watching tonight. We'd love to know how today's session went. After the event closes, you'll be automatically redirected to a feedback survey. Please complete it and let us know how the event was for you so that we can make our next event even better. And if you've missed anything during today's session, don't worry. You can view the recording at bigfuture.org/live, and you can register for our next event on April 11th, all about summer jobs and internships. That's all the time we have for today's session. We look forward to seeing you next time at Big Future Live. Thanks everyone so much, and have a great night.